Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to the King. He came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the earth to the cross, my debt to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky, Lord, I lift your name on high. Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Oh, waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I'll see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? Change my heart, oh God. Make it ever true. Change my heart, oh God. May I be like you and draw me close to you. Never let me go. Lord, reign in me, reign in your power over all my dreams. In my darkest hour, you are the Lord of all I am. So won't you reign in me again? Reign in me again.
Good evening. That was Joel Jackson with his latest mashup. That's Joel right here.
What's up, guys?
And
How's it going?
good.
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 I think before we say anything else,
Yes.
the temperature in this country is at a temperature now that I was really praying about it. You know, being that we are a pray for America, but yet we're everywhere. I reached out to a pastor friend of mine today, Pastor Allen. You know Allen, and it's like, what are we doing? I thought I would share a verse with you, not with you, of course you too, but with everybody. And it comes from Romans 13:1-2, and it simply says this: everyone must submit to the governing authorities, for all authority comes from God. So anyone who rebels against that authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and they will be punished. And as we sit here tonight, and there's people saying that Trump don't need to win, or we're going to hell in a handbasket because he won. I just wanted to bring it up. But
yeah.
I understand you got some news.
Yes. Can I do that now?
The floor is yours, my friend.
Okay, guys, what's going on? So we are currently, my band and I are in the process of doing a new music video. I just wrote this song that I'm so excited about. It's all about just God. Like, God's the only one that can save you or bring you out of something. So we are looking for extras for that music video. And if you guys would like to be a part of that, just send me a message on one of my socials, and I would love I'd love you to be a part of it. It's just such a good message of like just only God can bring us out of whatever we're facing. And I'm just really excited about this song. We haven't put something out in a while, and it might be a while before we put something else out. So I really wanted to kind of go all in with this one. So
okay, which leads me to a question, Mr.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
What's the title of the song? Can you?
Yeah, no, that's fine. So the song is called "Only God Can Rescue Me," and we're just yeah. I mean, it just says it. The title says it. You know, only God can rescue me. So yeah.
And how many times do we actually need that rescue?
7,000 times 7,000.
We I build this as a candid conversation.
Yeah.
It's laid back, you know how I am, just laid back and so forth. And you have a reality show that you're working on. Matter of fact, this is being filmed right now for that reality show.
Yes. You're good, Ash.
But as you can see, Joe, the director, is telling the camera people.
Yeah. We actually shot that video like a year ago, so it's whatever. But regardless, it's cool if you're in it. Anyways.
Yeah.
We can tell people that, it's fine.
But what else is going on with you?
Okay, so I can go over some current stuff. Let me go over some current stuff here. We have been we've been shooting a reality show for the past 2 years. And we are currently in the process of like getting close to releasing it. So we don't exactly know where it's going to be released, but I know it's probably going to be available pretty widespread, like on a ton of different platforms. And I'm just really excited for everybody to be able to see what we've been doing for the past 2 years. Because it's all about, so our tagline for the show is real life, real people, real Jesus. So it's all about just literally cameras have followed me for the past 2 years, just through all the insanity that has gone on. There's been a content, yeah. So, yeah.
It's ironic that you're here tonight.
Yeah.
Last week, I sat here and shared their story when I left the road. And how it was you on the other than that phone call. When I was in my front yard bawling my eyes out, Joel, I'm losing everything.
Yeah.
And it was you who told me, you can lose everything you have, but you'll never lose God.
Yeah.
You know, how cool was that night? Now we were.
That was before my storm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would believe that still, but I don't like it. I don't even know if I'd still say it now because not that I don't believe it. I'm just like, I remember being so energized back then, and like, because you lose your energy after you've been through.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why we filmed the reality show over the past 2 years. It's been horrible. It's been a horrible, horrible 2 years. Now, there's tons of blessings with that. There's been tons of great blessings, but it's been dramatic and insane. And we're like, why don't we just show actual real life Christians in real life situations acting? I mean, that scene we just filmed with you, like, you didn't even know what we were filming. And then the cameras went and it was.
Well, let's be transparent here.
Yeah.
Joel and I talked the other day.
Yep.
And this man stays busy. He plans his sleep time.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's how busy this man stays. And we live about 50 miles apart.
No, it's about a 50-minute drive, but from Prospect, about 30, 40 miles. No, it's about 30 miles.
It's a drive. And so I make a joke. I live far enough away not to have unwanted company. I live close enough to get there if I can, if I have to. And so we don't get together a lot. But Amy bribed Joel this week. If you come over this week, I'll make a chicken pot pie. And so Joel came in for dinner night. He said, "Hey, can I bring a camera crew with me and do a little filming?" Like, sure, what do you need, Joel? And we sat down to have dinner. And the next I know, we're filming a scene for this reality show, which was cool.
Because there's not like we used to do it. So like all reality to a small degree, some is crazy scripted. We're not heavily scripted. We just like do whatever. But that's the thing is I didn't want you guys. I just wanted you to have your natural. I used to tell people what to say, and it made the scenes horrible.
Yeah.
And so now what we do is I just walk in, and I needed to tell you guys what I'm really thinking right now, and then hear your rebuttal. And I had no idea what that was. It's awesome.
Well, then we didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't know the topic or anything, but I think it turned out pretty good.
That was awesome. That was way better than I intended. I said, I'm going to come over here. I'm just going to complain about my life. I didn't intend for you guys to have those great responses, which is go get up and do it and quit crying.
You know, which, I mean, people watching this now, later, next week, whatever.
Yeah.
There's people going through some hard times right now. You know, there's people that are bent backwards because of situations in their life, what's going on in their life. A very good friend of mine, a guy I work with, got a phone call the other night that his mother-in-law was rushed to the hospital. Mm. And here he is having to work as his mother-in-law and his wife and his kids are dealing with mom and grandma, not knowing if she's going to make it or not. I would like to know without a doubt in my mind that I have something to fall back on except for fear and disbelief. You know, and what great comfort it is to know that I've got Jesus. And because I've got that Jesus, we have to share that.
Yeah.
No, we have to share it.
I think one other thing too that like I think some people miss is like, okay, you've got Jesus as the hope for eternity, but it's also like the number one thing that unites everybody, rich or poor, is everybody's got relationships with people. Mm-hmm. And if you put Jesus at the center of your life, it makes those relationships great.
Yeah.
If you don't put the principles of Jesus at the center of your life, it makes those things horrible. And that's one thing I found. You can have $1 billion, but if your relationships are bad, you're going to hate your life. That's what I found for me.
I was talking to Pastor Allen today, and he said something that really, you talk about money. Mm-hmm. The love of money, the wanting money, is not a bad thing.
Right.
I want a bigger house. I want a nicer car. Yeah. I want a lot of different things.
Yeah. You can do tons of ministry. Imagine the show you could put on with $1 million.
Yeah. It's the root of money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where does it come from?
Yeah.
That's evil.
Or do I use money to say I'm better than everybody else, as opposed to this is a ministry tool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, some of these really wealthy people keep some of these churches open. You know, I mean, because that's why I don't ever like. So like think about this. You've got your ministry people, you got your worship leaders and preachers, and they work in the church. But you've also got your rich business guy that goes to your church, and then he tithes $200,000 a year. That's you know what I mean. That's just as much, right.
Man. Real fast on the comments. Interesting Facebook user on Facebook. Somebody said, like, look at Hollywood now.
Yeah. Hollywood, yeah.
And somebody said, hello, Dave. I don't know who that is because there's nothing there. But whoever said hello, Dave, hello.
Seth.
Seth. Oh, Seth.
Yeah.
These from the centers out in Evansville. But
well, no, it's totally right. It's Hollywood like is making stuff Okay, so you know that, okay, this is a little political, but you know, like the root of what we call woke, it's revenge. It's
Yeah.
not about justice. It's about let me get revenge on the opposite party. And that's why the religion of Hollywood has been wokeness, which is revenge. And so they got all this money and they're miserable because your whole root of what you're trying to do is revenge. They don't care about justice or equal rights or any of these things. It's all like revenge and ego and like trying to build up their ego. It's like, because at the center of their religion, there's nothing. There's no God. There's no, it's man. It's me. It's what can I do for myself? Whereas at the center of our religion, at least we have Jesus, and Jesus says, try to not be a jerk. I almost used another word. But try not to be a jerk. In their religion, they don't have anything that says that. It's just do whatever. Yeah. Oh, they're against you. Go burn down a city. It's fine.
Right. We give you a sneak peek because in the same lines you were talking about.
Yeah.
We have a podcast that we're planning right now.
Yep.
And it's basically called, Are You a Professional Christian or a True Believer? And what I mean by that is, do you just go to church on Sundays and think you've done something? Or do you show Jesus?
Yeah. Is it like I think what you another thing too is I think you're meaning like, do you just go to church on Sunday for you? And that's fine, but you want to give back, because when you're giving back, you're actually helping the body grow. Like go volunteer it, go do kids ministry, or be a greeter.
You're a worship leader, praise and worship leader at a church in Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay. But what is praise?
Praise is throwing any kind of God, you're awesome at God.
Yeah.
Like, God, you're awesome. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even have, yeah.
Gratitude word came to my mind.
Yeah.
What's the words come to your mind when you're talking about praise? What's one word that comes to your mind? But worship. What is worship? And I heard somebody say it the other day that sums it up beautifully.
Yeah.
Worship is our response to His ability.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and I don't try to make everything super like us centered, but one of the things that I think like outsiders looking at, well, why would I worship God? I'm just trying to like, it will make your life way better. Like not only can you like be like in line with God, but if you worship God, you're gonna have more peace, less anxiety. Mm-hmm. I think I grew up in religion where it was just like God gave His Son for you, like be grateful, and it was like, what do we get out of church? Nothing. Just come here and you owe your allegiance to God. And it's like we get so much out of a relationship with God when we try to work, you know? Yeah.
I put on Facebook, we don't know what kind of rabbit hole we're going down tonight.
Yeah.
But I will say this. We have to trust God. Mm-hmm. In this day and age, like you say, the woke movement and everything else, we have to say, God, man, you got to help me here. You got to. Moses, when God went to Moses and said, hey, I need you to go to Egypt and get my people. Yeah. He said, I'll go, but you're going with me. I'm not going unless you go. We as true Christians, true believers, not the professional Christian who goes to church but 20 on a plate and think they've done something, but the true believer, the one that can sit and search their soul and say, I did what God wanted me to do today and mean it.
And you'll be way better off. And I don't try to make, like I said, I don't try to make everything us centered. I feel like when people are motivated, like in this, like, okay, so what's the motivation for like eternity? Okay, obviously, like, you know, we don't, that's gonna be really bad, it's gonna suck. But like, sometimes people need a tangible motivation that they can strive for the next 30 years. And for me, I'm like, if you put God right at the center of your life, you're gonna feel like a billionaire, probably.
Well,
not with money, just with like, you're gonna have so much.
My life is a perfect example. I mean, I'm very transparent in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Before I left the road, we were making over 100,000 a year.
Yeah.
I mean, we wanted for nothing. When I say no, I mean we didn't want for nothing.
Yeah.
It was like, hey Joe, you want to come for dinner?
Yeah.
And I was cooking $40 steaks on the grill.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Cooking tomahawks on the grill.
Dang.
We wanted for nothing.
Yeah.
But they're my favorite too.
Oh, so good.
But when I came off the road,
Mm-hmm.
I came through because God said, you're going into ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was for the kids at the church I was a youth pastor for. I found out it wasn't. You have to answer the prayer. You know, good, better, and different. That would still answer the prayer. But going back to that phone call with you in the front yard, you know, you'll never lose God. Man, I'm telling you, we are more blessed today as we speak right now. We're more blessed today because I didn't tap into a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
I tapped into the pay source.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, look at you. And I'm just going to be open with you. A couple months ago, you were putting job applications in.
Oh, yeah.
You know? A couple months ago, I was the one consoling you.
Oh, they still are. That's what I was saying.
You know?
If it was 2 years ago and I'm feeling how I feel now, I believe, but
it's
hard, man.
It's hard, man. It's hard to say I believe when your light bills due.
Do like 200 bench press 200 pounds. Do it 5 times, which is what I've done over the past 2 years, metaphorically, and then try to do it again right after that. That's where my, like, sometimes your spiritual energy is like that.
Yeah.
You have so much to pour in. Like, I can keep going, but right now I'm just like, I'm just, you know, I'm going to keep going with my faith. But I just think about telling you that. I'm like, did I say that? Okay. That's kind of good.
Yeah.
Because now things, it's just, like I said, it's been weird.
That phone call's like, David?
Yeah.
I mean, this is, me and Joel have a relationship. We talk. I mean, we get down and dirty sometimes.
Yeah.
And you told me that, David, shut up.
Did I say that?
Yeah. David, listen.
I think I said that.
You can lose your car. You can lose your house. You can lose everything that you have. But one thing you'll never lose is God. I'm here to tell you guys, you can lose everything you have, but you won't lose God. But what's going on with you? What's going on? How's your ministry doing?
That ain't crazy.
Y'all seen the mashups I posted last couple of days?
We did. Okay. I mean, I guess I got a little interesting story with that. So I came from my friend Cliff's from Seventh Time Down,
Mm-hmm.
Just Say Jesus, his dad's funeral on a Saturday night. It was awful. It was so sad. It was terrible. I was just, yeah.
I didn't know he passed.
His dad, yeah, his dad,
Yeah.
and his dad was older. His dad had him later in life. So his dad was like 85 or 87. And he passed, and I'd known him, and they were part of my journey when I came back to Christianity. So losing that was bad. And I was driving right after the funeral, 2 hours to Ohio. I was exhausted, and I needed to do these 2 mashups, and I needed to film them, but I didn't get into Ohio until 2 in the morning. And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it at all. But I said, you know what, let's do it. And then I made this 90s mashup of Lord of the Stream on High, and it literally has basically changed my life, starting to change my life, because our socials went from like nothing to like, I mean, Facebook's at 103,000. Instagram was dead. Our Instagram was dead, and now it's at almost 40,000. TikTok's at 40,000 because of these people are resonating with these mashups. I almost never did it. I was just too tired.
I remember when you started it. You started one of those.
I did a couple last summer.
Yeah.
And we did it for a little bit, but we started the TV show, and it just took up everything. And I was just so burnt out. I still am, but I just said, let's just keep going.
David Sloan.
Yeah.
The Christian illusionist. And I'm thinking Sloan put this here. And if Sloan didn't write this, he should have. It may be a weird outlook, but just like Paul did, I often try and thank God for my afflictions and trials. Because when I go through trials, I am drawn closer to him. I think we all pray more when we're in need, but we lose our conversations and relationships when things are going well. So I've learned to try to be thankful, because when I'm in need, I talk to God even more.
Yeah, that's wild. That's true.
You know?
Yeah, you gotta. That's what's so interesting about our show is you've seen the first episode. Well, you saw the first draft of it, and the show was going to be this victory lap. Okay, now we're going to tell people about Jesus. We started filming it, and I started having basically had the worst 2 years of my life. And I think God had that happen because he's like, I think people need to see Christians going through the thick of it.
Well,
and that's because they're drawn closer to him. And what kind of, we realized that when I was making these episodes, when we were still making it about the victory lap. Oh, look, and the episodes sucked. They were good. We had to redo it.
To be transparent with the Pray page, the Pray platforms here, we did a New Year's Eve show.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years now. Hold that cup up. Hold it so they can see it. Joe will be here for a while. But Sloan was there. David Sloan, the illusionist. You were there. Ragamuffin Sons.
That was the victory lap.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of those 2 years. Was that night and everything, and then right after, dude.
I'd watched some of the video earlier on your page when you walked in, and Ron Powers from Ragamuffin Sons. No, Joel's here, you know. But that night I delivered a message.
Yep.
And I was excited because that message was part of the second episode.
Yep.
And then you told me, David, I scrapped everything. And I thought, man, my message is not going to be there now. I'm not going to.
It'll probably make a. And now you're in the opening. Now you're in the opening.
But I mean, it's just you go through a lot, guys. No matter where you're at, not just physically but spiritually. No matter what you're going through, I mean, you know, Seth. I'm not going to tell you Seth's backstory because that's Seth's story to share. And we'll have him here one night so he can. And that's an invite to you, Seth, if you want to come and sit down and have your victory lap. But man, we all screw up in life. We all get jacked up in life. But just know this: there's a verse in the Bible that says, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." I forget who sings it. Maybe you can help me. The song "Turn Around." You know, the guy's running from God. He says, "God, where are you?" He said, "Just turn around."
Oh, I really.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah. And you can't see until after the storm's done where God was. You know, usually, sometimes.
But if we can pray with you, pray for you, talk you off that cliff, walk you through a life. You know, he'll tell you right here. He's Joel Jackson. He has a movie out. He's got a movie out. He's doing a reality show. He's got hit songs out, but he's just Joel. If you're having a problem, if you're having a hard time, send us a message. David Sloan, the illusionist who's watching this, send him a message. Sloan's an admin here to the page. Whatever we can do to help you with your journey, to help you with your walk. And I'm kind of rambling for a second because Joel just shoved all this in his mouth. But he's drinking healthy.
That's right. This is 0 calories. Actually, there's 10 per container.
But
Per serving. I don't get that.
we I don't know where else to go. So
I don't know. Just I've had a bunch of moments this year where I've said like this is faith. I've had a bunch of moments this year where I was like, this ain't real. But I didn't believe it. I just said it. I'm like, this can't be real. But I didn't act on that. I still got up and I still went to church. And I made the mashup and I said, that's faith. Because when I had my unbelief thing in 2016, that's a part of growth, is when you start to lose a little bit of your, like that unbelief. Like there's the verse in the Bible where it says, help my unbelief or whatever. I was like, that's what that is. And I'm not saying I will still bet everything in the universe that, this is real. But there are tons of moments this year where I'm just like, man, this person died and I don't feel like I'm ever going to see him again because God's not saving me. So God must not be real, but never mind. Yeah, he's real. I'm just going to say he's real.
You know, this morning I woke up 3:30, 4 o'clock. I was tired. I laid down at 9 o'clock and went to sleep last night.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, that's unheard of.
Mm.
And I had my little quiet time with God this morning. And our dog has been sick. He needed to get outside, and I was staying outside with him. And it was dark, having a little flashlight because of the animals. And this little phrase came to my mind. What a glorious day it will be. Because face to face, his eyes I'll see.
Gotta hold on.
You know?
I have friends that say they believe and then they don't believe. And they're like, I guess I don't have any faith. I'm like, yeah, you're just getting to the next level. I've got several friends like that.
Yeah.
Because that's a part of it. It was part of me because I had some really bad old beliefs that I had to shed. And you have to get to the point where like God, like the whole emblem of the faith is a cross. So it's Jesus crucified. So when horrible things happen, it's like, oh yeah, it's supposed to get bad. And why are we surprised? And why was I surprised? Which is now why I'm not. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. And I've been praying and now the worst things happen. And I feel like God's not hearing me. Okay, I guess I'm in faith.
We were,
you know what I mean?
Amy and I was at JC today.
Yeah.
And we had a chance to speak to 2 older ladies about Christ and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But we were standing in line and I was looking at, trying to figure out what matchup to play tonight. And Amy said something, she's like, Dave, we got the devil mad over there. Do you want to call the demons to come here? Because I was playing one of the mashups.
Ooh, I got something good to say. Wait, you're telling the story, sorry.
No, but you know.
I got something good to say about
Go, say it.
If you know that saying where like, well, if the devil's like messing with you, you must be doing something right. like that is like, I want to go a little bit deeper with that. That is the most true thing in the world, because when you start making moves for God, you're going to do some stupid things, but sometimes, dude, it's just going to go insane. Like, we were a part of the best church we had ever been involved with, ever. 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, it just literally changed my life. Part of the reason I was able to say that phrase to you 2 years ago with the truck thing was because of that church. And it turned into an absolute nightmare that was way beyond my control. Because once really good things happen, you've got to trust God. And when you're surrounded by good people, you're going to probably get through that faster. But when the leadership in your church is a bunch of idiots, that's when the church is going to fall apart, because they let the devil come on in and they made terrible decisions.
Yeah.
And I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, if you are following God, if you're following Jesus, and your bad stuff is going to happen. The bad stuff is different than stupid stuff that you do, because I can do something really stupid, you know? What did I do? I dated someone in 2021, in 2022. It was horrible, bad. It got me nearly suicidal towards the end of 2022 when that thing broke up. That wasn't the devil, in my opinion. I clearly should not have been dating that girl. But sometimes when you're doing stuff for God, the pastor's going to make a stupid decision. Some girl's going to say something insane, and then you're going to have to go to Ohio which is good, but God uses it. But the devil's attack.
Okay. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
And you don't like talking about it.
Okay.
Your movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk about it on here.
Standing on the side of we have a bridge here in Louisville called the Walkover Bridge. It goes over the Ohio River.
Mm-hmm.
But standing on top of that bridge, wanting to jump off.
Yep.
Looking back at it, that was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was the smartest thing you've ever thought of.
Yeah.
In that moment.
Well, and the motivation here, this is the devil. The motivation, which it still affects me to this day, it is very powerful. So I am 24, just turned 24. And I was basically facing the prospect of, what if you don't get married and have kids and you miss the person you're supposed to marry, and then you don't find them, and that nightmare has played out exactly in the worst possible way I could ever imagine, and it's still playing out. My parents will be probably dead before they know my grandkids, so we've missed this timeline. There's a reason people have kids earlier on or whatever. But I say all that to say the motivation behind that decision was very, very powerful, but it was also stupid. Because it's like, dude, just like, you got a purpose and you got a thing to do. Just do your thing, you know? Because what's super hard, let me tell you what's super hard about trying to get connected into the church.
Yeah.
Is now I am like this isolated thing. And luckily, that's why I've built this quote unquote celebrity, because like the isolation in church, dude, everyone's married with kids, especially my age. So they're looking at me. I can't get any church jobs because I don't have a wife or kids. No one will hire me. No reputable places will hire me. Some places will hire me, but not for whatever. So I've basically missed out on everything. But the thing is, and that was part of the reason I wanted to end my life, is I was like, you're never going to be happy. And I haven't been. That was true. But one day, we're going to go to heaven. And I've had some good moments.
I'm listening.
No. I wasn't snapping to say, listen to me.
Yeah.
I was just trying to like, to get in at something. You know what I mean?
I got to see if this works here.
You know how people go through bad stuff and then like they try to make it seem like it wasn't that big a deal?
Yeah.
I don't do that. I have set my life is set up to be very strange now. It's very weird. So, but you know, you just gotta keep going. It's that simple. It's literally that easy. You know. It's
David
that simple.
Sloan, I sent you a message on your messenger. It's a link.
What is it?
Click that link. I'm inviting him to the this thing.
We've got. I'm gonna take them here in just a bit. But yeah, we can. Yeah.
Got an interesting thing here. People tend to question faith when they are disappointed
Yeah.
or don't get what they want
Yep.
or what they think they deserve. God
That
gives us.
God gives us what we need.
Yeah.
And I had exactly what I needed. That's it. I didn't have what I wanted. And like looking at it as like an early 20-year-old, it's like you feel like it's the end of the world. But now I lose stuff and I'm like, we're fine.
You said something a minute ago about kids.
Yeah.
You in your 20s. I just turned 57 this year. You don't have to call me dad, but I can be your father. But I have no kids of my own, and I struggled with that. You know, I
Hard, man.
I'm not carrying on the family name. I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. And I was really struggling with not having kids.
Yeah.
And I really struggled with not being with somebody.
Yeah.
And I guess I settled that I was going to be lonely for the rest of my life. But in God's time, not my time, God sent me Amy.
Yeah.
And she is exactly what I needed. Now,
But then like think of like it may just be his will that you just chill and do his work and then you go to heaven. And then we gotta be okay with that too.
yeah,
That's the trick.
yeah. But
Yeah.
wherever you're at in your life, man, wherever you're at, you know, keep your faith and know the Bible says He will never leave us,
Yeah.
nor forsake us. Been a pleasure. You want to lead us out in prayer?
Yep. God, thank you for this day. Thank you for everyone on this podcast. Give us the strength to get through the insanity of life. And just be with us. Help us trust you. Help us love you. Help us follow wherever you need us to go. Amen.
Guys, we love you.
Peace and love.
We appreciate you. Usually Amy runs in here about the same time.
What's she doing?
The delay.
It's like a 10-second delay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But we're going to start over again. I'm going to say we love you. You say we appreciate you. Then Amy will finish it up.
Okay.
Guys, we love you.
We appreciate you.
And we thank you, Lord, for your scars, because your scars give mine a meaning.